All right, we're jumping right on in. Today we're going to be knocking out the Temple of Time in The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Of course, this is through Dusklight, which is one of the available PC ports based on the decompilation of Twilight Princess, of course. I guess if you're watching the VOD after the fact, then that's like super obvious, of course, because it's, you know, in the title and description and a reference in the title and description. And, you know, if you're watching this in the playlist later on, then you've seen the other episodes, so you know this, but just for the sake of folks jumping onto this particular VOD for the first time, or, you know, if you're hopping on live on stream or whatever, I don't know why I'm talking about this in the first place. Point being, I'm continuing my playthrough of Twilight Princess. Very excited to continue on. I think the Temple of Time... is one of those dungeons that I've kind of appreciated more as time has gone on. Can you cheese this with the chicken? Like, I feel like I'm gonna get... Part of me wants to try... No, okay, you okay. You just fall too quickly. Was worth a shot. Oh, you start all the way back. Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm not gonna fuck around this time. In that case. I think you actually only need the chicken for these 3 jumps, and then from here on out. Oh, maybe actually no. Maybe you actually do need it for this, but you just need to turn this first. Yeah, you definitely do. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Oh, I thought that was a platform for a second, but I don't think it is. Yeah, I actually lied. You need the chicken for, like, this entire section. And by entire section, I mean until here. Goodbye. See, it'll be fine. Yeah. Sweet. Now it's time to do Lost Woods, which I feel like this segment of Lost Woods always is a pain in the ass for me for some reason. So just pulling my phone off the Wi-Fi in case it's affecting the bitrate. Yeah, so we gotta chase Skull Kid around once more, but I think his spawn points are like less set. We actually have to track him, from what I'm recalling. And pay attention to like where the music's coming from, a la Ocarina of Time's. In fact, I'm actually kind of partial to transforming here. At least for the puppets. Yeah, just because we one-shot them with, I mean, then again, I guess I could do charge jump. Okay. I don't think that this portion has to do with the amount of damage you do. I think it's just a certain number of hits, maybe? Okay, like if I can get a quick spin off, that works, but I'm thinking... I find it more reliable to just jump attack. These disappear as you approach? No. So I'm just like locked off. So there must have been another path that I didn't see. Okay, yeah, duh. Yeah, and I can see the Skull Kid's lantern as well. that a Poe soul up there? Yes, it is. Like I was saying last time, like I don't know for sure if I'm gonna commit to getting all the Poe souls, but I might as well just grab the ones that I see on the way. Especially because I think Skull Kid can or might end up spawning up there, in which case taking care of the Poe ahead of time is a little bit. My quick spin skills leave a lot to be desired still. And part of that might have to do with, if I played on a GameCube controller, maybe I'd have a better luck. Wow, 30 bombs. Pretty sure it was already full. Close to full, at least. I don't remember if there's actually anything, like, of note to find in here. I don't think he's up here, is he? No, because I would hear the trumpet. Down this way. I'm surprised I hit all of them. Nice quick spin. Oh yeah. I don't remember what this does. I hear him. Wait a second, is he up in the trees? Can you climb up? Piece of shit. Oh yeah. That wasn't so bad. I wonder... Probably not possible to move fast enough to, like, snipe him from there. Yeah, okay, I know there's a piece of heart under here, too. What's up, Space Cowboy? Alright, let's see if I can... see if my quick scope skills are up to the task here. Nice. Didn't even have to move. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Maybe I'm just recalling from when I was a kid, getting confused and stuff like that. Yeah, there should be a, there's like a dig spot somewhere around here. Actually, wait, I thought it was like a bombable rock. Oh yeah, this, because there's a spinner track over there. Yeah, oh, right, yeah, this is a different, path than the first time. We get a shortcut, or we get access to the actual dungeon entrance. It is kind of funny that, and sort of interesting that you already, like, you come here beforehand, and I wonder if the original intent was that you were going to do Temple of Time as a dungeon prior to getting the Master Sword. If that was, like, the original, because it is a little odd that you, like, come here, and then you, like, come through a different way. Either way, we're gonna get this piece of heart. Which I think is, at least I think there's one over here. Oh shit, oh no, it's a Poe, that's right. But then I think there is a piece of heart from this spinner track thing over here. Yeah, no, because there's something under here too, yeah. What is the purpose of this place? I think we kill all of them, we get something, probably. Ow, fucker. Let go of me. In fact, I should stop fucking around and just, yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Because I think a few of these grottos have pieces of heart, but most of them are rupees. Let's see. Okay, so this one was a piece of heart one, which I thought I had remembered. And then but then I think there's another one from this little spinner puzzle that's up here too. But you might need double claw shot. Maybe not though. I think this was just one that I had to double back for because I didn't realize it existed. But realistically speaking, yeah, you don't need double. I don't think you even need single claw shot for this. Clearly. Honestly, the fast spinner kind of feels like a feature that... Okay, so it's not a piece of heart, but just more rupees, which is never a bad thing, necessarily. The fast spinner kind of feels like a feature that... It feels like it fits, even with, like, vanilla, to me. Like, it doesn't feel like a mod feature or anything like that. Like, it kind of just feels like, oh, you hold the R button, which is normally the shield button. Or I guess in this case, the shield attack button, since you automatically put your shield up anyway. It's like, oh, using the, one of the shoulder buttons for something like this, it just feels kind of natural to me. Now, the thing that I don't remember is if there's another Poe soul here at night, but I don't even know if, like, nighttime is a thing here. But what I will try... Is it not R plus Y? R plus X, okay. I'm surprised that counted. That was terrible. Okay. Oh no. Okay, yeah, yeah. So I feel like... Okay, maybe there's not a Poe up here. That wouldn't... Oh no, no, there is. There sure enough is. Thought I had remembered that. Okay. Let me take those. I got the one in the Lost Woods, assuming there's only one. I got the one, off to the side here from the Bombable Rock. And I can only assume that that's all the ones in the Lost Woods, but I'm not 1000% sure. I'll have to check back later. From at 36. Like barely above halfway, which is a little upsetting. Oh, right, wait a second. Don't I have to, like, go... I have to go put the Master Sword back in the pedestal, right? Or something like that? Or maybe... Wait a second. I might have to... It's either that or I howl... Maybe there's another howling spot, like, at the entrance that I missed. Let me see real quick. I know we don't lose the Master Sword, but it's a matter of, like... Yeah, okay, I thought so. We don't lose it, but it's like this kind of activates the Temple of Time. It would have maybe been interesting, if maybe a little frustrating, to actually have to leave the Master Sword here for the duration of the dungeon. And I mean, okay, I guess, like, you have the Ordon Sword, but the idea of doing a dungeon without the sword, especially because the Dominion Rod, it would almost be like a prelude to Echoes of Wisdom in a sense. Right? Like using... Like, not actually attacking yourself, but like, oh, there's 5. Where's the other one? Okay. For some reason, it must have been a misinterpretation when I was younger, but it always felt like even if you had them all targeted, if the jump attack, the chain like jump attack took too long, I seem to remember them reviving each other, but it seems like that's not actually the case as long as they actually are going to be killed in that like single attack or whatever, that chain attack, whatever they call it. Or the timing is more lenient than I'm remembering. It's also possible. I love the filter they put over things too to kind of indicate that you're in the past. There is a piece of heart behind that statue. I'm pretty sure, so we'll have to come back to it with the Dominion Rod. I'm trying to remember if there's a fairy in one of these pots. Okay, I guess not. Oh, right, don't I have to... Oh, maybe not. Okay. Oh, it's up here, where I strike the stone again, right. How cool is this, though? Now we're actually in the dungeon. Dun dun dun. This is a cool dungeon. This is one that's really grown on me since I was a kid. I just wanted to ring the bell. Can't believe they turned off sword recoil by default. I mean, I don't need to use my senses. I don't... I mean, I guess we can do it for the additional dialogue, but... Let's put this on the thing first. A little bit. Wow, he throws that thing fucking far, man. Oh, not quite. An interesting application for the sense. Like sense is never used for anything like that, aside from this one instance, I think. That's not even a mandatory interaction either, so. Pretty sure this is like the map or something like that. No, it's not. Small key? Okay. I knew it was some, like... I knew it wasn't just rupees. This is where I've been trying to get to. The ancient technology of our people sleeps in this place. Right, the Dominion Rod is what they're thinking of. This dungeon's very cool because it's meant to be played... Like, you play it forwards and backwards, but, like, in different ways. With, like, I don't know, your objective on the way up is just to make it make it up. Whereas, on the way down, you're, like, guiding the statue and stuff like that. It's quite cool. Right. Arrows. You need that to hit like certain switches. Oh, right. Yeah, this is a cool dungeon. It's cool that, yeah, if you are at a bad angle, you don't get the kill. I would be interested in a mod or a like quality of life adjust, like it, or like just a that was cool. Okay. Either a mod or some kind of modifier, but like I mean like either an optional mod or like just a quality of life kind of thing for scaling enemy health. But I would kind of like it to be like have enemies and bosses be separate toggles. Just because I think some of the enemies that... I mean, one could argue that it is to the combat's benefit. I forget what the... Like, do you have to kill this thing? I mean, I guess not, right? Oh no, it does net you a chest. Okay. I was gonna say the low enemy health might be to this combat's benefit, maybe. But I think some of the enemies with more complex patterns or like more possibilities of how you can take them out, like those shielded Lizalfos, would benefit from having more health. Oh yeah, this room. Not quick enough. I mean, I guess if I do encounter a fairy, I kind of actually want the healing. But even with the low enemy health, pulling off those maneuvers is just... It'll never not be satisfying, I feel like. It's one of those things where I feel like doing the back slice and the helm splitter especially are so fun that it's like I want to use them as much as possible. Like, it's one of those combat systems where like the extra moves are literally optional, both in your acquisition of them and your utilization of them, but at the same time, I feel like you're just missing a massive aspect of the game if you don't at least try to use them. Now, for this, I think... Is this not a matter of activating that on the way down? I think that's the case. Or like we use the statue at the top to break the gate. Oh shit. I like almost got hit by that shit. Yeah, okay. Okay, wait, never mind. I think I might be onto something, but at the same time, maybe not. Like, I know we need to bring this up. Then, like, do I need to... Okay, the fast spinner actually makes this, like, fun to do instead of tedious. And of course, like, you know, bomb arrows could be a method to doing this as well, but any additional usage I can get out of the spinner is for the better. A little shortcut. Yeah, because I need to bring... Oh, did I need a large pot? Or maybe I can... Can you claw shot these? No, I guess not. For some reason I thought you could, but... I know you can Dominion Rod them. Oh, there's the other one. Okay, so the other one's just at the top. Okay, I just had to remind myself real quick. Go, 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 go. Okay. Chillin'. Okay, right. I was wondering if there was a way to cheese this, but Alas. That was kind of cool. We take those. We'll rotate this back on up. Honestly, I think mechanically... Dude, I just wish Arbiter's Grounds was a little bit longer. Like, that's the only... My only point of contention with Arbiter's Grounds is I feel like it's a little short. Not that Snowpeak was very long, but I thought Snowpeak was more interesting to go through for the, you know, nth time, right? Arbiter's Grounds was still cool, but it's like... The second half is so much more interesting, and there's just, like, not a whole lot to it. Still a really high tier dungeon though, for sure. But I think I would probably put all the dungeons after it above it though. But I'd have to think about it a little bit more. Conceptually, it's so fucking cool though. And I wonder, are bomb arrows as broken? Oh, yep. Yes, they are. I was like, are bomb arrows as broken as they would appear? The answer is yes. Right. I think the first piece of heart is at the entrance, and I think the second piece of heart is in here, but you need Dominion Rod. Like, you throw one of these guys over this thing, and then you control it with the Dominion Rod to hit that switch, because I don't think there's, like, any other way to cheese this. Yeah, because I don't think there's, like, any way for me to... Oh, wait a second. I don't know if I ever attempted this. But that seems like it would maybe be doable unless the hitbox, or like the barrier on this fence is higher than it first appears, which it kind of looks like I can't throw it over. I'll try one more time. Oh, it's actually both sides. Okay. But if it's doable on one side, it's definitely doable on the other. Brother. When I said one more attempt, I meant like an actual throw. Yeah, I don't think it's doable. And if it is, it's like super tight position-wise. How much do I have left? Probably about a third, I would say. Okay, I have the small key, which allows me to go this way. Oh, whoops. I totally misread my depth perception there. Yeah, I would say we're two-thirds of the way through. I mean, the dungeon after this, there's a lot of lead up, so I think that's accurate. Actually managed to snipe that. I kind of want to leave these big pots just in case. I say as I smash one. I like how this dungeon theme is like... It's like a puzzle theme. Like, I'm thinking about like the puzzle theme from Metroid Prime, for instance. That's what this reminds me of. But it's like the whole dungeon is like that. Nice. The compass. I don't know why I said it like that. And you normally don't say it like that. Compass. Oh, compass, huh? Got him. Stupid. Maybe that's a reason to say compass, but I've never intentionally pronounced it like that. Oh, fuck. Oh, I don't have my sword out, that's why. It's actually kind of refreshing to not wait for drops. Like, when there's no chance of hearts and the rupees are so abundant, it's like you can just kill the enemies and move on without really worrying about missing out on anything super meaningful. Oh, these guys are fun. I need to backslice him, I think. Or that's one option, at least. Again, this is one of those enemies you could probably use some items on him. But part of me is like, what would you do about that if you don't have the backslice? And I remember saying the exact same thing, I think, when I last played this, too. It's the same thing with, like, the Ganondorf fight at the end. It's like, how are you fighting these guys? Oh, I can't even get around him. I guess that's how, okay. Just attacking when they open themselves up, okay. I guess that makes sense. It's intended to be the... Okay, you actually do have to be this far back. Damn. Damn. Hi there. Yeah. Like, a lot of these rooms you do kind of just blitz through on your way up. But then you have to worry about getting the statue through on the way down and such. Like those, I was gonna say I'll take those arrows, but apparently Link did not want those arrows. Damn it. I got plenty anyway, I have 48. Which would have been nice to top off a little bit. Nice. For arrow drops, I guess, but yeah. Oh, well, I actually need a... Or no, one of the pieces of heart is in here. I keep changing my mind. I think there's a Poe in here for sure. I don't remember. The room with the... where I was trying to chuck those things over the fence, that might just be rupees or something. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, so like this one... Yeah, there's a Poe soul up, up there. Which I think you can only gain access to... Oh, wait a second. No, maybe I can gain access to it right now. Hold on. Or maybe you need the Dominion Rod. I think there's like a claw shot point that I tend to forget about somewhere. There's a spinner track. There's a claw shot point there. Oh, that's what... Yeah. Can I do this now? A little bit closer. Like, maybe you need this... I think you need this to be one higher, which is why you would want to run and grab this first. Yeah, this is just a Poe soul. We'll grab it while we're here, because if I do ultimately decide to get all of them, I would like to prevent having to double back this far. So unfortunately, we have to throw these back again. But this should give us enough height to reach here. Yeah. There's a door up here too. Don't remember what's through there though. I guess I am just gonna get all the post holes. I don't know. I guess so. Oh yeah, this room. Isn't this the... Is this the boss key? Oh, the explosion actually hit the back of that statue. Wow. This is the boss key. I don't think there's any way to get the statue in here, so yeah, I think we do. God, I love pulling out a weapon that's going to be used in first person, and then it just keeps you in that perspective. It's pretty cool. Then again, I usually don't use the first person look thing as often as I am here. And you know what we can do? With those armored shells. There's actually a use for them, which is pretty clever. It's also interesting we're getting the big key before actually getting the dungeon item. Because I think it's interesting. They provide you like just enough of those smaller statues to be able to do this. But I don't know if I ever really noticed that you have access to that. Like that one that's over on the ledge. Without that one, you can't Dominion Rod these ones that are on the shelf down there. Like you're kind of intended to do, or using the big statue to raise up enough. But yeah, that means that once we get back to this room on the way down, I can just keep going. Not worry too much about what's it called? Do I need any of these? There's no way to get them down. So the answer is probably no. The combat in this game is simple, but it's so satisfying. I can't even really think of I'm trying to think of like an analog that's like close to what this is. I guess you could say the other Zelda games, but like not even really. Because most other straight up action games have just more like layers to their combat to begin with. Like, you know, at minimum, you'd have like a light and a heavy attack or something like that. Oh, shit. You know what I should do? I want to see... Okay, the explosion actually does have to hit behind them. But that's actually really manageable. What the hell? That's kind of fun, though. And see, that's the thing, it keeps the Zelda spirit of, like, being able to approach combat in different ways, because, like, not every enemy is going to be vulnerable to, like, pure swordplay in the interesting way, I guess. Right, like, I'm really ass. Like those Lizalfos, for instance. You know, those guys, it's like, you probably more or less want to deal with them with straight-up swordplay. But I like this straight-up swordplay as an option that's actually flexible and fun and, like, can feel different depending on how many of these skills you have and stuff like that. Oops. Thought I didn't have my face pressed up against the door enough, apparently. Oh, it's time. Speaking of swordplay. Speaking of swordplay... This dungeon's fucking cool, and for all I said about Arbiter's Grounds, I think that all of the dungeons in this section of the game, and really to the very end, but like this batch of 4 is like kind of, I would say, unmatched in a lot of ways. Although Ocarina of Time's adult dungeons do put up a good fight though, because a lot of those are really, really good too. Alright, I need to actually be like a good distance away to backslice him. I say as I fail to backslice him repeatedly. Oh shit. Fuck. Alright, forgive me. It's been about 3 years since I fought one of these guys. Seems like Helm Splitter is more reliable than Backslice here. But it's more that the distance for Backslice to actually hit him is, like, quite strict. Oh, shit. Oh, right, you have to, like, break his guard, too. That was a bad... Yeah, I'd like to crank up the health on... I mean, this is a mini-boss, but, like, this becomes a regular enemy. I'd like to crank up the health, like, just a little bit. Actually, maybe not even a little bit, maybe like 50%. But that might be a little overkill for like some regular enemies. But then again, the multiplier, it's like, you know, bats will die. I'd have to double check, I guess. I think bats die to like 1 sword strike from the Ordon sword. So like, even with 50% more health, the Master Sword multiplier, I think would still deal with them in 1 hit. Right, so like the weaker enemies that are kind of intended to be, you know, dealt with in swarms that die in 1 hit, would in theory still die in 1 hit, but then enemies that are a little bit more involved and therefore have more health would require a little bit, just a little bit extra. Oh, right, yeah. A little bit far. The best character in the game right here. Oh, right, I have to, like... Dominion Rod is another item that's, like, kind of fun. It's, like, it's way more niche compared to the spinner, though. At least the spinner, like, you can use it elsewhere. It's not particularly effective in vanilla, but... it's like you can use it on other terrain and like outside of the dungeons, but the Dominion Rod, it's like you can't even really use it for anything besides specifically controlling statues. It'd be interesting if it did allow you to control enemies or something like that once it's like upgraded later. But ultimately, oh whoops, I pressed the wrong button. It's, oh no wait, what do you do for oh, you press, okay, you press the same button. Okay, I see it. Okay, so I need to ideally not aggro these guys. Oh, right, I need to... Oh, I didn't quite give myself enough distance there. I did it again. Okay, I might be, Never mind. Okay, cool. Sick. I see, it's like some of these rooms are simpler than before, but some of them are, like, just have more going on. I think you can destroy these too, can't you? That's pretty satisfying, because these things give you hell in some Zelda games. Oh, right, we destroy, this thing. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Okay. Oh. Idiot. God damn it. Okay, I actually need to, not have you be on this while I put you on this. Is there a way for me to do this from here? I wonder. Like, is the range long enough? Not quite. Okay, I was trying to style on him a little bit, but apparently the range on this thing is not quite there. This one will tell the tale of all of his fallen comrades. Yeah, so like this room is like... Isn't this like a bunch of nothing at this point? Like, I have to balance the scales real quick, but like... Oh no, okay, I can't just walk off, I see. Yeah, we obviously have to do... Okay, I will... Maybe that was a mistake. If I throw this off... Okay, it's still too heavy for me to climb up there, so I have to go down to the ground floor. I kind of messed it up a little bit. Because there is a way to do this without me having to do that. But in fact, I don't even need any of these, do I? I think I can just... Because I can just get the ones from the shelf, and I think that'll be enough. Unfortunately, I took damage there. I don't know how many I need, but we'll just pull all of them off the shelf here. Just in case. Because we need it to be, like, perfectly equal. Yeah, so that evens things out, and then... Okay, wait, I see. Right, that lowers it, and then I simply throw all of these up there. This dungeon's so fucking cool, dude. And then I need to step off. Oh, okay, if we actually hit the ground, then there's a little bit of a quake that can kill multiple of them at once. Let's get you in there. And I'm spamming roll so that I don't take more damage. Even though I have the Great Fairy Potion and the boss of this dungeon's kind of whatever. That's like the one thing detracting, I think, from this dungeon. The thing that would kind of knock it down a little bit is the boss is, like, pretty lame. It's got a comedy factor going for it, though, at the end, but... Those of you who haven't played this game will see what I mean by that. Once we get there. Right, because can't you break these? Yeah. Yeah. Or this might be piece. Actually, I don't even need to use the fairy tears or whatever, because I just get healed for grabbing one of the piece of hearts. See, actually, yeah, having regular heart drops is like so unnecessary. Also, this is kind of an expansion on the command melody stuff from Wind Waker. But its implementation is less tedious and more complex at the same time. So, win-win. Oh, I thought... Okay, thought. No, it's this. Yeah. I don't even know if I realized that you could do this when I was a kid, too. There's not another one, so we just put you in here. Oh, we can get that Poe that's in here. Right, I need to push this so it goes up, which I think... Do I pull? Yes, okay. I was trying to remember from what angle that I pushed it last time. Oh, interesting. He just, like, lets go after a while. I do need to pull this all the way down, right? Yes. What's up, Kitty Party? I played the Wii version. That is the one that I probably have the least amount of experience with. Why do you ask? Let's see. I'm gonna use the spinner to kind of get rid of these guys. Also, it's weird because in the description, like, I marked this as, like, regular Twilight Princess, but for some reason YouTube, like, changed it to Twilight Princess HD, even though it's not. And then I can't seem to find the original Twilight Princess as, like, an option for listing the game in the description for some reason. It's weird. Destroy that for fun. Oh shit. Okay. when you kill the mama spider and the eggs hatch. Yeah, the Wii version is probably the one I have the least experience with, just because I never owned it. But I'm kind of the mind that the Wii version doesn't really add much in terms of... Oh, I see. So, like, that's one way to do it, but if we send this down and finish the dungeon beforehand, you can use, you can Dominion Rod one of the smaller guys. I see. But, I think the biggest addition that you could argue for the Wii version having over the GameCube version is just the extra item slot, but I've said it a lot where, like, I don't think that this game really demands that very often. It's a nice addition to have, but, like, the weapon wheel, like, the item wheel is, like, so nice with the quick movement and stuff like that anyway. And yeah, they did mirror the game, kind of, I guess a la the Master Quest at the time for Ocarina, right? On that GameCube disc. This. And that also kind of bothered me as someone who it's a fun option. Like Dusklight allows you to mirror the world if you would like, and it could be a fun option to mess around with, but yeah, I know that's because primarily it's because Link is normally left-handed but for the majority right-handed population, they wanted the Wii version with the waggle and stuff to be right-handed or whatever. Yep. Yeah. Even though I don't really see... Well, I guess I can get it more so for Skyward Sword. But I'm trying to think of, like, would it be that weird? Because, like, it's not like it's 1-to-1 in Twilight Princess anyway. It's like, it just waggles, so, like, my first thought is, like, what difference would it have made if you waggled in the sword? But then the shield in your left, I guess, would be maybe a little bit weird at that point. I don't know. I think I've always kind of prescribed to the philosophy that or subscribed to the philosophy that subscribed to the philosophy that the Wii version did more harm than good, just because I think it turned certain players off who were like, oh, this is what motion controls are, or like, oh, this is what you know what I mean, like the waggle and stuff. I mean, the pointer aiming, sure, and stuff like that, but that's just kind of my stance on it, because I am aware of people who like don't like Twilight Princess, but that specifically played the Wii version, and I'm like, I'm kind of the mind of like, well, that's probably a contributing factor, I would hazard a guess. Not saying you're not allowed to like Twilight Princess for any particular reason, but it's more just like, yeah, that's a bad shot on my part. Oh, these cycles are like lined up to specifically like not give me that angle. Let's try this again. Oh, roll past this. I always forget about this room. Oh, we do need... We need one of these. Yeah, right, and then we can Dominion Rod walk this guy. Oh, I just fucked that up. Whoops. Can I make this throw? Try this again. Well, I mean, I think in theory they could have, but I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that the original iteration of the Wii Remote just wasn't really designed for that precise movement aside from the pointer, right? It was really a pointer, and then it had a gyroscope to determine whether it was in motion or not, as opposed to having like the best tracking, I guess you could say. I mean, it had an accelerometer too, so like speed and whether you're moving and how fast you're moving it, I guess. Right, and the pointer, of course, which is probably like the best feature of the Wii Remote. But, you know, there's a reason why like Skyward Sword included a Wii Remote with Motion Plus enabled and stuff like that, so that it could actually track what specific direction you were holding it in. But even then, it required like resyncing it, recalibrating it constantly and stuff like that too. And I like Skyward Sword. I never really had much of a problem with the motion controls back in the day. But it didn't come without its issues or like caveats, I guess you could say. That said, I am glad that this game was designed as a GameCube game first, because I think it holds up better for it. The obligatory Goma boss, but this time it's not a first boss. Forget if you're supposed to shoot it down. I kind of wish you could sneak in more hits on it. Oh god, yeah. Start spitting these things out, which is pretty gross. In fact, I have half a mind to... Shit. Being able to sneak a second hit would have been nice. But I guess it's not a huge deal. What's my favorite dungeon? I think it's so tough because so many of them are so great. I think Snow Peak is probably my favorite right now. Like, as of right now. You spawn more babies or no? Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, like here, the spinner's not required, but it would be nice to have a third slot so that way I could... I like the fake out here is like what kind of makes this boss not completely, like, lame. I still think this boss is kind of lame, but yeah, the fake out here definitely helps. But even then, yeah. I feel like this would have been... Like, I'm trying to think, like, what if this was a dungeon you had to do prior to the Master Sword, or, like, leading up to the Master Sword? I guess that wouldn't fully make sense, because the Master Sword is what allows you to turn back into a human, but... They could have figured something out. I don't know. I think Temple of Time is very... this is a very cool dungeon. It's just the boss is, like, so underwhelming. I need to stop skipping over her sound bites, because it's, like, one of the best parts of the game. But yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Snow Peak is my favorite right now. But we're about to do City in the Sky, which is also among my favorites. Oops. Items useful. Yeah, I think the Dominion Rod especially, and I think like the spinner in vanilla, but there is like an option you can toggle on for fast spinner where like if you hold R, it speeds up the spinner no matter where you are. I don't feel like it breaks the item. In fact, I think it just kind of makes it functional outside of sand and off of rails and stuff like that. And you saw me use it to kill some of the spiders too, which is pretty neat. I think the other piece of heart is behind one of these, right? Oh, also I didn't grab you. There's the last golden bug. Oh, no, I did grab it. Okay, okay. Piece of heart, but yeah, I'm finding more function for the spinner thanks to that fast spinner modifier, which I was saying like earlier that it kind of feels right at home actually, in terms of mechanics in this game. It doesn't really feel like a cheap thing that like breaks the game wide open or something. Like it just kind of makes a more niche item functional and useful. And it's just fun to use too. Cool. Glad I grabbed that. Yeah, so that one room that I didn't go back to, where you have to... You, like, chuck the statue over and then Dominion Rod them onto the switches. I think that's just rupees, because I got the 2 pieces of heart, and there was no Poe soul in there. In that room. So I think I'm good. Well done, adventurer. Right, so there's definitely some side stuff I can do, but most of that... Most of that is once we restore power to the Dominion Rod, because as of now it's just a stick, basically. Not much use for it. But what we need to do... I think Shad might be in Kakariko Village already. But I'm going to head here so that I can turn in the last golden bug. And also just in case Shad is actually in Castletown. But again, I'm pretty sure he's in like the basement of the Kakariko Village, whatever you would call that. Oh, right, because Renato literally tells you, like, what's this nerd doing? Sneeze? Caught it. I've ever gotten 100%? I have, technically, well, I guess the last time I streamed this and the last time I played this game, I got all the heart pieces and all the golden bugs and all the Poes, which I'm planning to do again, I guess. I have all the golden bugs already. I more or less remembered where, like, pretty much all of them were, off the top of my head. The Poes, on the other hand, I will probably have to reference a guide at some point for cleanup, but I've been killing all of them as I see them. The thing is, you can't, like, there's some of them that you have to wait to get, like, until you actually have Wolf Link at your disposal at all times. I guess the main exception would be, like, the roll, I forget, is it roll goal? Or, like, whatever that like, ball rolling minigame in the fisherman's, at the fisher pond or whatever. That's, like, the one exception where I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. But you don't, like, get anything that's substantial for that, so I don't really count that for 100% in a traditional sense. And then, yeah, I didn't catch every kind of fish either, but I did everything else. And I figure I do the same too, because I'm kind of doing like 1 dungeon per stream. Why is it stuttering? I'm doing 1 dungeon per stream, so like you kind of have to do side stuff to make the streams not just be like an hour at this point. But like I said, I think I'm gonna do the lead up to City in the Sky, or at least some of it. So did you find the power of the ancient civilization? Yeah, it's in Kakariko Village. Do you have anything new to say? Okay, that's the same as what you said before. Yeah, I already heard this. Yeah. I don't think you ever actually have to check the map, but it's kind of fun to pop in and see what's up. Oh, because we have to do the memory restoring stuff as well. So, like, there actually is... Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot prior to City in the Sky. It would behoove me to at least do some of it now. I'm just trying to remember the exact order of operations. Oh, you know what? I think... Yeah, because we reactivate the Dominion Rod, and then we have to move the statues around Hyrule Field in order to access City in the Sky and stuff like that. So at the very least, I'll restore the Dominion Rod. Like, get to that point. I don't know why we're stuttering so much all of a sudden. Why the game's stuttering so much. Yeah, I'll at least do that. And that might involve the Ilia memory stuff as well. Again, I don't remember the exact order in which this stuff occurs. Right, I guess these two things go hand in hand, though. But I also need to talk to Shatter, like, let's... Do you have anything interesting to say? Observe the statue, it's the same, okay. Right, we restore her memory first. This is for Telma, but I just want to see if he reacts to it at all. No response, okay. That's fine. Back to Castletown, I guess. Yeah, I want to restore power to the Dominion Rod. So that way I can get some of the pieces of heart that require that. At least I'm pretty sure there's some... There's almost certainly a few in Hyrule Field that require it. Because I know for sure there's, like... There are multiple chests, I'm just trying to remember, like, how many of them... What's it called? And there's probably some the postals I'm mostly missing are probably in the provinces from before Arbiter's Grounds. So like most of Hyrule Field basically. And actually some of the grottos and stuff like that as well. So back to Castletown. Yeah, we'll knock this part of the main story out and then do as much cleanup as I can do without the double claw shot. In fact, I don't know why I keep not doing this. We have technology. This is... Okay, technically we have to go through one extra loading zone going this way, but... Or no, do we? No, never mind. Actually, the other way is an extra loading zone, going to the center and then south. That's usually the path that I take. I usually cut through central Hyrule Town, more often than not. Right, invoice. This is kind of a sort of classic Zelda trope of like the item trading quest or whatever. This is a lot simpler in terms of the actual item trading, that is. Shabba-dee-bee-boo-bee-bum. Oh, there's a chest up there. Shabba-dee-bee-boo-bee-bum. Mr. Heavy. Medicine scent, right? And then we track this. You know what? I was surprised at the chest up here, but I've probably gotten this in every playthrough just because what's it called? This is where the scent leads you anyway. Oh, I remember this. Okay, yeah, because you fight these, like, bone dog things. Yes. Yeah, I already did the, all the Malamart stuff. Magic armor and whatnot. These rupees, just cuz. Oh right, I thought it was something you dig up, but it literally just. This is kind of a weird section of the game. I'm not gonna lie. So I know you just take this back to Ilya, I'm pretty sure, but I think the doctor has no reaction if you show it to him. But part of me wants to do that anyway. You know what? Actually, never mind. At least I'm like 90% sure you just show this to Ilya, and then her memory is like, oh yeah, the hidden village, blah 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 blah, and then you go there, last Howling Stone, etc. and so on. There's a piece of heart from finding the cats after you clear it and stuff like that. So there's some stuff going on there too. Probably some postals as well. In fact, I should. Yeah. I was gonna say, like, there's probably a postal or two that I missed here. Oh, this is not the way to get over there. In fact, the shop is going to be closed, right? I don't know if I would say stale. I think they're kind of hit or miss, but yeah, I feel like they're pretty par for the course for most Zelda games. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like most Zelda games, I enjoy doing some of the side quests and stuff in most Zelda games, but I'm not gonna lie, there are a good number of them, in most of them that, I'm not, like, the biggest fan of, to be honest. Like, even Ocarina of Time, which I love, like, as a game in general, most of the side stuff, or most of, like, you know, it's like hunting the big pose in Hyrule Field and stuff like that. I'm just like, you know. It's kind of a mixed bag. Skyward Sword definitely has, like, more involved, side content going on with the Skyloft things, but I feel like a lot of that is more so interesting because of... Oh, right, there's one over here, too. I feel like that's more so interesting for, like, narrative reasons than it is, like, mechanically what you're doing and all that. But, like, I got all the gratitude crystals the last time I played Skyward Sword 2. And, again, I enjoy it because, like, the characters are interesting and all that, but... Because, like, Skyloft is interesting, but I have a hard time thinking, like, would that be something that I would be compelled to do again, I guess, on another play. Bum ba ba da bum. 41. See, I'm trying to think, like, I think I got the ones on Death Mountain. Wait, can you, like, just fly over there with the Kuko? Or, like... Maybe... It's the one that I took up here. Yeah, it's down here. I can try it. I don't know if I've ever gotten this chest, because I don't think it is... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Like, I don't think it's like a piece of heart or anything like that. But, like, I actually, the last time I played this when I got all the postals, I kind of swore off doing that. But I think it's not as bad now that, like, with kind of that goal in mind from the get-go, more so. Can I land here? Thank God. Whereas, trying to do cleanup without... Like, there were just a lot of postals that I missed, basically. And there's probably still a good number that I haven't got. In fact, let me check the graveyard. Like, I don't think there's one in this cave, is there? Check in here. No. Check the graveyard real quick, but I think if there was one, I would have probably killed it earlier. And again, I will reference a guide at some point as kind of a reminder to just see, like, what I can clean up here and there. And yeah, there is one. Okay. Yeah, like, I feel like in terms of side content, like side quests and stuff, I think people point to Majora's Mask, but that's the exception, not the rule. You know, and I even find a good number of the Majora's Mask side quests to be not that interesting and sometimes a little bit tedious, but it's more interesting, again, kind of like with Skyward Sword, but maybe even to a greater degree because of the narrative aspects. Oh, and there's like a... Isn't there a posthole or two, like, in here as well? Like, in the basement? Maybe? I'll double check here in a second. The Sheikah, yeah. Hidden Village. Yeah, on the far side of the Bridge of Eldin, right? Right. Like, I feel like I would rather 100% this game than Ocarina of Time, even though I love both of them. Like, is there a postal? Okay, maybe I'm misremembering that there's one up. Like, maybe there's one. I was thinking maybe there's one up on the roof. But in that, if that's the case, then okay. So I can double check the roof real quick while it's still nighttime. Just wanted to check that, but yeah, we restore her memory first. We get like the horse call, the Dominion Rod's restored, or we get the spell to like restore it, etc. Let me see. A bad angle. Yeah, I don't see a lantern up there, so I'm gonna say probably no. Because like Ocarina of Time, I 100%ed like in the 3DS version, like when I was actually playing that on 3DS. But the last time I streamed it, I did some of the side stuff just for fun, and I feel like I know that game really well. Or it's not like too big of a hassle for me to just like do some stuff, but I also like blitzed through that game super quick. Which is part of the fun, I feel like. And I feel like if anything, I feel like I'm like one step removed from like legitimately trying to learn speedrunning tech for OOT. And that could be a fun sort of thing to mess around with, maybe. Assuming that stuff is intact in the PC decomps and stuff. Because like I did that for Breath of the Wild, and that's what made that game fun for me, because I don't know, I'd have to look back at that playthrough, but I feel like the most fun that I had in Breath of the Wild was breaking it open with speedrunning tech, as opposed to like actually playing the game as intended. And I know that's like kind of a taboo thing to talk about. It's like, oh, what's intended? What's the developer intent? And like that matters, but at the same time, I think playing in a way that's fun for the individual is perhaps more important. In fact, why am I? We have technology. Technology failed me. But yeah, whereas with like OOT and, you know, really the other 3D Zeldas, well, okay, most of them, I find them just like fun to play time and time again, even without messing with that stuff. That said, I wouldn't be opposed to learning like the boomerang jump trick in this. First blood. It would have been kind of fun if this turned into a straight up, not rail shooter, but like if you could actually move and aim at the same time. Oops. Snipe these guys without the... I do have the Hawkeye, but... Oop. Oh nice, I actually deflected that shit. Fuck yeah. What? Oh, that's the sword collision thing that I was shit-talking earlier. Shit-talking, turning it off, rather. Because I think it is like a limitation that does add a little bit of extra something to consider. Can I break these? No, I guess not. Oh wait, maybe... Yeah, that's what it is. Oh wait, I should... I'm not gonna do the cheesy way, I'm just gonna... I didn't wait to look at the actual end of it. And it actually shows you the points, and I know that you can cheese it and stuff, but... That was also bad. Oh no, wait, I actually counted. Okay, I was like not sure how. What's it called? I wasn't sure how close I was. Beating story games with added tech makes it replayable. Yeah, and I would even say like. I think Zelda games do a good job of balancing the story and gameplay aspects. Because while there might be tech in like more railroaded story type games, I have a hard time really enjoying those types of games a lot of the time. And even if I do enjoy them, usually it depends though. Like because like JRPGs are like one thing because those are very narratively driven, but they're also oftentimes systems and progression driven, which makes them fun in a replay, especially if it's a story that speaks to you and stuff like that, and the characters in a world that you care about will help with that. You just need a little bit more downtime between playthroughs with something like that. But I don't know. Not to pick on any particular game, but like I think about like God of War 2018, and like that game is like so railroaded. And like yes, there might be tech and there might be what like it's cool, whatever. The combat was satisfying enough, but I didn't like the perspective, and it just dragged in areas that just didn't need to. Right? Like in some ways you could draw parallels to like 3D Zelda games, but to me the balance of story to gameplay for like just didn't feel quite to my taste, I guess. I'm in the line of sight of somebody here. I see you. Oh wait, they respawned? That's... Okay. That's kind of BS in my opinion, but whatever. Okay, that's really lame that they actually all respawn. That's really stupid. Okay. Anyway. We'll just do this again, I guess. Oh. Alright, back to where we started. Thankfully, it's simple enough to just kill all of them, but... Oh, here you go. I'm actually bad. There's one through the window. Oh my god. Oh, bad aim. Now I could lock on for some of these guys, but I should have put my shield up, but it's fine. Oh, and that's it. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. Cool, 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 cool. But I don't know. I mean, I guess in terms of like... Yeah, it just depends on what you mean by story game, I guess. Because, like, I do think... I talked about this in some of the previous streams of this game. Where, like, I do think that the stories in the Zelda games maybe don't get enough credit for... in some regards. Especially, like, thematically and stuff like that for some of the best ones. But I think... Like, I think it's a more important facet than I gave these games credit for when I last had streamed them leading up to Tears of the Kingdom's release. But... Like, there's Zelda game story, like, significance, and then there's, like, you know, Sony first-party, current AAA story significance, which I feel like that level sort of bogs down the overall experience for me, even though I do love a good video game story and all of that. In pause. The last resident of this poor village. The great one who built this village so long ago. And it's like more power to you if you enjoy that style of game, but rigid stories without item builds, no, for sure, yeah. Rigid stories without item builds have. Rigid stories without item builds have. Okay, I think I get what you mean. Yeah. Have less replayability is what I assume you meant to say, right? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I kind of agree, like, overall. I mean, like, a rigid story game that really just, like, tells you a story without much... I don't want to say without much else going on, but, like, you know... I think we're on the same page. Like, they can be fun on, like, for, like, the one time, but I feel like, yeah, like, as far as my desire to replay something like God of War, I'm just like... It'd be one thing if I cared more about the story and character elements, but I just don't. And then also just like the pacing just being like not really my cup of tea either overall. Like I feel like the things that I liked about the game don't outweigh the things I didn't like to the point where I'd want to replay it, but I overall enjoyed it fine. I appreciate what it was going for, and like I understand what they were getting at with the story and stuff like that. It's just like, it's just not really my cup of tea, I guess, all in all. Which is partially why I'm not like too upset that Sony isn't bringing their first-party games to PC anymore. Although, now that they're talking about like, oh, could there be an Infamous collection? It's like, okay, well, like you're doing that now? Like after you say you're not bringing your games to PC, it's like, I can understand current stuff, but like, remasters of old stuff, like, that seems like a no-brainer to just... Like, I'm not buying a PlayStation. There's, you know, the PC ports of the Jack trilogy. I'm sure it's being worked on for Sly and Ratchet and stuff like that. And of course, like, you know, emulating either the PS2 games or PS3 games is, like, feasible. So... I guess I'll just do that, then. Like, Sony, I'll give you money for the games of yours that you own that I actually want to play, but if you don't want my money, then like, I don't know what to tell you. Especially for this older stuff. It's like, can I just walk back in? I probably shouldn't have gone this far. Can I do the cat hunt now? It looks like I'll have to come back after a little bit more progress, yeah. I don't know if I ever realized just how much Midna's theme is used as a leitmotif throughout this game. It's like subtle in a lot of cases. Sometimes it is very obvious, and I'm kind of surprised that I feel like I'm discovering that for the first time now. Even though I realistically probably recognized it sooner. In certain cases, maybe. I just don't remembering that, if that makes sense. Like, sometimes you have a memory where you're like, I remember remembering this thing. But it could also be a false memory, and like, you don't like directly remember it, but you remember having remembered it. That's me with like very, you know, early childhood memories and stuff like that. Where it's like, do I remember this because I remember it, or do I remember it because I've seen like pictures and people, you know, family members have told me about it and stuff like that, right? When we were young, it's the wrong song, I think. Forever young, yeah, whatever. These moments like these where naming Link something funny would definitely hit. Like, douchebag. Or like dick butt. Or like some stupid shit, right? Well, how Mallow's not impressed. Get those Goron nips out of here. Something I wanted to give you before you left on your journey. I was saying, like, earlier in the playthrough that I kind of feel like this would have been useful sooner. But then again, it's like you get fast travel, so it's like not a huge deal. And like this is for, you know, kind of for late game cleanup, and like I guess it's intended for this Dominion Rod quest. Even though you can still warp around for that, but maybe like you haven't unlocked some of the warps and stuff, so like ultimately like this is a fitting time to receive a horse call, but it could have been useful sooner. So now do I show Shad the Dominion Rod, or... Or no, I go back to the village again? This section's weird. I should have claw shot it, oh well, too late. Something something, lady needs help, but she needs a rod. Haha, I got him. But yeah, I think we just need to warp back immediately, which is a little annoying. Right? Either way, I want to go back, either way, I want to go back to do the cat art piece, side quest. Forget if that's on a timer, too. See, we could use the horse call, or we could use the fast spinner, which is definitely slower, but it has more aura, as the kids say. See, this is what I mean by it not like really breaking the game. Like you could still get hit by these arrows if you're not careful. Also, I find like chaining roll into roll in this game like very satisfying because there's no cooldown on it at all. Yeah, I remember this like maybe being kind of a pain in the ass. Ask the Kuko leader. Oh right, and he's over by the Howling statue. So maybe I'll have to remember this on future playthroughs, but I think the play is to not do the Howling Stone until you come back. So that way, like, you don't reset the moblins. Talk to every one of them. Talk to every last one of them. That doesn't really work. Little jaw harp action going on. I think it's funny, it's like, it's the same, like, cutscene setup where it's like everyone's locking their doors. First one, meow. There's 20. Bum, 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 bum. I remember having trouble finding like one or two of them. I think the issue also is like they follow you like this. Oh, can I not make that jump? Let me see if I don't want to lock on, I just want Can I finagle this to where I can... Okay, no, never mind. I wanted to see if I could cheese that jump there. Fifth one, meow. Seven. Pretty sure I can transform also, maybe. If needed. Yeah. In fact, maybe we'll just do this. I didn't even see this thing at first. When I already talked to those ones. I can just claw shot over there. There's probably one in that back alley, but we can get that one in a second. So is there one on this balcony, or on this this canopy, rather? Halfway? Like, can you meet me halfway? Not hiding in a barrel, right? I talked to this one already. 11. $13. Did I talk to you already? Okay. Yeah, I think we're good on this building. Pretty sure I talked to these guys already. Yeah, okay. Just double checking. It would be kind of devious if they were like, talk to all the cats, but don't talk to the same one twice. Like, if that was a fail state, that would be pretty evil. How do I get up here? A claw shot spot. I feel like there must be, right? No, I guess not. There's some way to jump through from the roof, maybe? Or not even the roof. It's from here. Oop. Nice. Oh, that one just, like, jumped down. It scared the shit out of it. Oops. $16. This is number 17. $18. Do I have to talk to that one last? I don't remember what the deal is. I'm missing one. Or, yeah, besides this one, which I think... Okay, no, you don't have to talk to that one last. Let's see, I talked to both of these guys. I don't think there's another one up here. We'll just scour one more time. I talked to this one. I think I talked to this one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I broke through this window. I think I usually... Brother, what? I wanted to say I usually miss one that's like over on this side, but... Let's see. Pretty sure I talked to this one already. Yeah. Brother, what? What are you stuck on? Got these two already over here. Is there an additional one in here that I missed? Maybe there's one just by the entrance that I actually just skipped over by accident. Because I know I went straight for the one that's up on the boxes, so is there one, like... maybe this one? Okay, I literally just skipped the one at the entrance. Maybe that's not breakable because it's boarded up. Zoobadee-ba-da-ba-doo. Ba-ba-dee-ba-da-ba-doo. Brother. Nice. Okay. So what are we at? We at 16 hearts? 17 hearts? We're at 16 hearts. 2 more heart containers for dungeons, plus 4 more heart pieces, so I'm missing 6 heart pieces. I think at least 2 of which require double claw shot in like Hyrule Field, and then probably the rest of them are Dominion Rod. So we'll see if my math is mathin' and I can like find them all without actually looking up a guide. The time when the Uka still maintained contact with the royal family. Go to the book. Nice. So now we can actually unlock the Dominion Rod's powers. Can we use the Gale Boomerang in here? I was gonna say if I could, like, throw this ball around for the cats. I'm taking this one. Sweet. That fast spinner so cool. Wait a second. I hear you, you son of a bitch. Okay. Are there multiple in here? Like, is there one by the Howling Stone? I guess I'll just poke around and see if I hear another one before I leave. Because I feel like usually there's more than one per, like, loading zone, so I want to be careful that I don't. Again, it's not the biggest deal if I have to come back here, but I would rather not. Okay, no Poe over here. Maybe there is just one, because this loading zone is actually kind of small. To be fair, although I can... Yeah, usually they'll show up, even if they're far out. Yeah, I think some of the Poes, or most of the Poes that I'm missing, are probably like hidden grottos and shit. And there's also that one bomb dungeon, that bomb puzzle dungeon that we can do. I think it's in this area, I want to say. I think. Let's restore the Dominion Rod first before I do, like, Hyrule Field cleanup. And even then, I need double claw shot for some shit, so... But when I'm scouring for the Dominion Rod spots, what's it called? I can check for Poes there as well. And because we have Sun Song, there's no like limitation on that. I don't have to, like, wait for nightfall, which is convenient. I like how he leaves. Oh no, wait. That's right, it activates the Dominion Rod, but it doesn't break the seal on this one. We move the ones in Hyrule Field into position, and that opens this up, which gives us access to the cannon, or at least the parts of the cannon that we need, etc., etc. Okay. It's all coming back to me. I'll leave the fancy way. Oh, can you not jump up this way? No, yeah. Kinda weird. Nice. They actually, it's gonna make a stupid joke about Spirit Tracks Link. It's like they hired Spirit Tracks Link to do that, like, pan flute track in the basement, but whatever. Okay. Alright, there's one here, too. I mean, I guess, like, what? There's not really much. I'm trying to, like, save enough for next time. But I don't think all of the... Like, this is where all the statues are, but I don't think all of them are required for, like, main story progress. Like, I don't remember this one being required. There's a piece of heart here that we can go get. Also, there's Pose in the fucking Cave of Ordeals, too, so that might be... that could be something to tack on to next time, I guess. That's true. Yeah. I'm not doing it now. I don't remember how many Pose are in the desert proper. Like, I know there's one up here that I already got. I know there's one, like, on the way to Arbiter's Grounds, or on the way to the, like, Bokoblin base, or whatever they call it. Yeah, like, here's the statue. I also need one of the boars to break open... I need one of the boars to break open, what's it called? There's like a gate on one side. Also there's this, which I'm not sure what the deal is with this. I don't think that's a bombable thing, I think that's just whatever. I want to say there's a Poe over here, but again, I might have already gotten it. In fact... Yeah, there is... Okay, no, I didn't get this one yet. Shit. Close enough? Yes. And like this grotto, I think there's a grotto under here. And I don't remember which ones have pieces of heart or whatever, but there are Poe souls. Quite a few of them, in fact. Yeah, I'm gonna see how many of these can do for memory. Any rupees from that? No. Just the one lantern, one torch. Oh no, there's the other one. And another one. Look, we'll see if there's a piece of heart. I just... These are like the more forgettable pieces of heart, so I just don't remember how many of them have them. Or maybe it is that... No, okay. Because I do remember where most of these are, but whether they're worth doing, I don't remember. And again, there could be pose souls and stuff like that too. So what I want to do here, I know the draw distance isn't like the greatest, but usually you can see the stars and stuff, so usually you can see pose souls off in the distance pretty reliably. Because I'm pretty sure I got everything in Snow Peak. In terms of like pose souls and stuff. So if I can get the desert knocked out, that would be nice. Oh shit. Oh shit. Whoops. God damn it. I forgot that there was actually a void out over there. I'm wondering what's over here, if anything. So maybe I'll do... Let me... Oh, shit. I want to see what's through here real quick, if anything. Okay, it's probably just rupees. Because there's never... Pieces of heart are never in, like, small chests like that. Let's try this again. But yeah, we'll do a good amount of, like, extra collectible cleanup for the next, I don't know, 45 minutes or something like that. Or really however long I feel like, but that's kind of the average stream time I feel like tends to be around 3 hours. Alright, I'm just gonna go slow here just in case I am at risk of falling off. There is a chest there, but I don't really need more rupees, so I think we're chilling. Because there's not that many pieces of heart left. And this is not one. Okay. Well, hopefully I commit some of this stuff to memory for next time. But either way, we can Dominion Rod this. Whoops. This is for sure a piece of heart, I know that for a fact. And I remember it, like, low-key kind of being a pain in the ass, but I think that's just because I'm bad. Oh, right, because you can't, like, clamber up on this thing. That's why. Also, never mind. I think I guess you do need to activate every single one of these, but there's so many that, like, yeah. Right, one, okay. Yeah. It's like they give you... I was like, don't you dare overshoot this shit. Now, I want to attack. I want to activate this thing from here, so that way I can head this way, and then from here... I'm being like so careful on the analog stick here, because redoing this is kind of a pain in the butt. Okay. Nice. And it's not even a piece of art. Okay, my memory is faulty as fuck, apparently. Yep, none here. None here, but there is one here that we'll knock out real quick. Some of like the out-of-the-way ones. I'm trying to think if there's any other minigame oriented pieces of art. Like the star minigame, that's the bow upgrade, or the quiver upgrade. I forget if there's any pose in Ordon Village or not. We'll go to just do like a little quick check real quick. Because I think there are some in the area north of here that we're about to go to and whatnot, but I just want to see... Because again, I'm trying to do as much as I can before referencing a guide. It is nighttime right now, isn't it? I don't think there's like one in Link's basement or something weird, is there? If there is, it's something that spawns in later, but I don't remember that being a thing. There's a purple over there? Wait a second. I was gonna say, like, how do you... Like, is there a way to get that, like, in the early game? Interesting. I don't think there's any pose souls here. At the very least... Yeah. Let me check at the ranch real quick. I kind of doubt it. I don't remember there being one up here, but... This is coming from the person who thought that there was a... who thought that there was a piece of art when there was just rupees, anyway. Okay, I think we're chilling. Let's work back here. Like, I think there's one on, like, the jumping path, in this, like, foggy section up here that I would have missed, probably. So still not sure what's up with these torches, because I'm like, I've lit these two several times, and I seem to remember there being something for doing that, but maybe I'm forgetting an extra step. Oh, and I guess I could just enter here after we do the Dominion Rod thing, but let me check this cave real quick, even though it's a bit of a waste of time. Oops. Yeah, no. I know we're just taking damage for no reason, but I can do it once, like a one pass through here. Maybe there's not. But the thing is, there are ones in Death Mountain, and so, like, that's kind of my instinct is, like... Just go through here once. Kind of investigate, because my theory is that there would be one over here. But maybe I already got it if there is one over here. Which there's not currently. Yeah, and I forget if there's one, if there are ones like leading up to the Forest Temple either. Because again, some of these, it's like you don't actually have a way to kill them sooner. Like, I know for a fact there aren't any in the dungeon. Like, it's possible there's maybe one on the Golden Kuko path that I failed to check or earlier. Okay, not a big deal. It's not that much time wasted. Although I think I am gonna pull up a Postal guide real quick. In fact, we can fast spin our way over here. Okay. Nice. What? Oh my god, what? Weird. What a weird interaction. I guess you're better off just, like, barely moving it. Oh, right, now you use Binda. I guess you're better off barely moving it, getting the character, and then... Yeah, what a weird thing. There's a chest up here. Is this a piece of art? Yeah, okay, it is. That's one of actually very few pieces of art that I have left that's not in a dungeon. Shubba-dubba-dum, shubba-dubba-dum. Like, there might be a Postal in this segment of Hyrule Field that I might have missed. It's possible. Just do like a once-over real quick. Again, if I had, like, thought or, like, intended that I was going to do this from the get-go, I would have been a little more thorough, maybe. Also, I lied. The bomb dungeon's not in this area. It's, I think, in this area over here. If I keep saying it's in one area, I'll eventually be right. No, I think it is in this section, and I think we got the Postals here too. Like that, you need double claw shot for, or I need to use the like boomerang jump exploit thing. Yeah, it's over here. That's where it is. I'm not seeing any pose souls. That's promising, but I'm gonna do this Dominion Rod thing real quick. Okay, yeah, that's right. So as you move this off, like exactly halfway between, but before I get the character, I'm going to do this so that it doesn't reset position. Oh, never mind. Okay, right, you actually have to move it. Never mind. Okay, how come you keep moving in one direction? Okay, you're kind of slowly moving this way, I see. Can I roll jump? Like, I know I can roll while I'm doing this, so I'm like... Okay, actually I can jump. Okay, cool. Good find. And the reason why I'm not just holding forward there is I don't want to roll off by accident. And that's not even a Pizza Hut. Fuck, oh. Not seeing any pole lanterns. I think we're good for this area. But then again, there might not even be that many Poes, like, out and about still. Because I know there's going to be a few in this next dungeon, or not next dungeon. Yeah, I mean, yes, in the next dungeon. Because I think all of the Postmaster Sword dungeons have Poe souls in them, I want to say. But also, like, this little side dungeon over here is what I meant. To knock this out. I forgot this one's more about, like, webs than it is, like, bombable rocks and shit. Wait a second, so the dead end might actually be over here. Oh, maybe not, actually. It's more branching than I thought. Yeah, this is a dead end. Good find. Boo 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 ba boo 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 ba boo 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 ba boo 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 ba. Damn. Isn't that thing flying? Okay. At least I thought there were post holes in here. There's gotta be at least one. Actually used for the mortal draw, how about that? More arrows is nice. I don't think I need a slingshot ammo, but I'll take it. Ba boo boo ba ba boo boo ba. Ba boo boo ba ba boo boo ba. Love doing that. Such a cool tech. Yeah, we do have the TPHD wallet sizes on, of course, even though it's massive overkill at this point. There's a post soul. Oops. Oh, that's a little embarrassing. But not really. Who cares? You got a post soul. Really, Bob? This is a piece of heart for sure. Boom. Shibba-dabba-dubba-dubba. Oops. Nice. So let's do the math. So, 2 more full heart containers. Actually, wait, are there pieces of heart in Hyrule Castle? Like all the way to the... I feel like yes. So actually there's 6 more pieces of heart in dungeons. But 2 more heart containers, 1 for City in the Sky. So we need to get to 18. But really, we need to get to 17 with 1 missing. Because there's 2 pieces in City in the Sky, 2 pieces in Palace of Twilight, 2 pieces in Hyrule Castle, I want to say. So yeah, we need to get to 17 with 1 missing. So I have 4 that I'm missing, I think, if my math is mathin'. Oh yeah, 13 Poe Souls missing. It's either 4 or 6 pieces of heart. Shabba-dooba-dabba-dooba-dabba-dooba-dabba-dooba. Alright, I think, let me see. I think Cave of Ordeals will be the supplemental thing next time. So I say let's keep doing these, because there might be another piece of heart or 2 near these Dominion Rod statues. I already did this, like, Iron Boots dungeon that's over here. So we're chilling on that. Although I'm trying to think, because I think... Nice. There's one of these where you move one from one side to the other kind of deal. I think it's on the other bridge, though. Because I also need to remind myself, like, how many Poe Souls are... Oh shit, sun's rising. I need to see, like, remind myself how many Poe Souls there are in the remaining dungeons as well, and like Cave of Ordeals, because I might not, I don't think I'm missing that many. Does this make it daytime now, fully? Yeah, it's very lenient, thankfully. Yeah, and then we're in nighttime. I'm just gonna like scour this area of Hyrule Field real quick. There's a golden bug. Yeah, I'm just gonna roam around, kind of... I know I could turn into Wolf Link and I guess turn my senses on, but I don't trust the draw distance. So I'll just do like one quick go around here just to see, especially if I can get some high ground to look out a little bit more. I'll check particularly like these stone areas. You're not seeing anything. I'm like wondering if there's something up on top of the bridge. If there's like a claw shot spot for some of these. I feel like that could be a thing. I want to check over by Kakariko, this area where I got the heart piece earlier as well. Because that would be a place where it's like, oh, let's just put this Poe up on this ledge here. No, I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, there might be like a grotto or something like that. There's a pwn. Like, oh, opponent's just chilling. Okay. I think it's just these two. We can get great spin attack as well. Like, might be... Well, I was gonna say it might be kind of fun to, like, leave that until we actually have to go to Hyrule Castle, but at the same time... I don't know if that's, like, worth it. Like, I think the positioning for the first few hidden skills is, like, quite clever. Yeah, I got this one way earlier. I think the positioning for the hidden skills is quite clever, because it's, like, kind of where you're gonna have to go next anyway. I don't know what happened there. Nice. That'll do, I think. It might be a little bit far from this first jump. God damn it. Just a little bit closer. That might be a little far for the next jump, but I think the next jump you can actually grab ledge. Oh, nice. That's definitely... Come on. It's at a bad angle. Like, I could have helped myself. No. Okay, I need to, like, turn it slightly. This way. That might have been doable, but I just positioned it kind of badly. And that's not a piece of art. Why do I remember these being pieces of art? I don't know. Also, I do need this on this side, too. Brother. Can you squeeze through here? Okay, cool. Should be good. Thank God I made that. Cool. I'm ass. Okay, well, it's nighttime. Isn't there a Poe up on the ledge where you get the golden bug, maybe? That's over here. I always think it's... No, that's just the golden bug. I've been over that other... The northern section of Hyrule Field I've already been through quite a few times at night. I don't like that it keeps dismounting me off the spinner, though. I think there's a grotto over here somewhere. Or in one of these parts of Hyrule. Some extra rupees for good measure, sure. How does this one work again? I think... I mean, like, obviously I need these two items. I'm just thinking this chest that's over here. First of all, is there something up top? No. Okay. Let's back just a tiny bit. Get that. I think I think I know how to do it. I just kind of put it like here-ish. Yeah. Damn, why do I remember these being pieces of heart, man? Pieces of Hartman? Who's Hartman? Are there pieces of it? I don't know what I'm saying. Goodbye. I already went up there. Just cut through here real quick just to see. There's chew jelly. I'm not opposed to just grabbing some blue chew jelly, I guess. Why not? Yeah, replenish all hearts. Like, that's having a full heal is pretty nice. Like, is there a grotto up here, maybe? I seem to remember there being one, but I don't know if I checked as Wolf Link. Like, in fact, I might have even done this before. No, because you can't do this. If you have Claw Shot at this point, like, unless you leave Lakebed specifically to do this. Oh, and there's a Poe up here. That's what I was remembering. Okay. Good on me. And maybe there is also a grotto, though, to be fair. Yeah, there is. So we'll check this one just because I remembered it was here. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get to. In fact, I think... I was gonna say, I think I would rather use... Oh, I didn't want to do a finishing blow, I just wanted to... Nice, that actually counted as crazy. What? I mean, I'll snipe it if I need to, but... I don't remember if this is a piece of heart or not. My memory is, like, completely faulty as far as what this is. I think this is just more rupees. Yeah. Because I remember this being one that I did where my wallet was too full when I last played this. So I had to put it back, which kind of felt bad. Okay, how many postals am I at? 48, so I'm missing 12, and I think there's like 2 or 3 per dungeon or something like that. So let me see. Giovanni's House, Sacred Grove, got that one. Lake Hylia Cavern, got these. Lake Hylia got these. I think I'm good on Lake Hylia. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got all these. Upper Zora's River. Yup. At least I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I got that one for sure, actually. Zora's Domain. Yup, yup. Graveyard. Push the... Oh, I might have missed the Tombstone one in the Kakariko Graveyard. Maybe. Because I know I pushed the Tombstones, but it was before... It was before getting the Master Sword, though, so I don't think it was spawned in. It would have been kind of nice if some of these were accessible during the Twilight stuff, but, like, I get that... Like, Poes aren't Twilight beings, though, so, like, it doesn't really make sense, but... Also, did I do all of the Dominion Run thing? I think I missed one. Yeah, okay. So there's one that I missed. And I remember saying distinctly in a past stream, I was like, when I got the one that's just chilling out here, I was like, there must be a second one, right? And the answer is yes. Yes, there is. Kakariko Village, I got those just a second ago. Death Mountain, I got it. Kakariko Gorge Cavern I got. Kakariko Gorge I got. Farron Province in the middle of the area at night. I think I got this one. Great Bridge. That one where we were just at. South of Castletown, yes. Why does it say Sacred Grove? That's just like not correct. Castletown East? On the bridge? Maybe? That might actually be one that I missed. There is one in the center of Farron Woods, but I must have gotten it on my way to get the Master Sword, maybe? Probably. If I had to guess. God damn it. Oh no, wait, maybe I did get all the characters, actually. I think... I haven't checked the map to double check if there's one that I skipped or not. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is the indication that you did all of them, I want to say. You get great spin right now, too. Just do that. It's such an interesting, if you think about the way the MacGuffins work in this, right? Like, Midna's trying to get the Fuse Shadow to gain enough power to fight Zant. Then he takes the Fuse Shadow and escapes to the Twilight Realm, presumably. Well, I guess, okay, he shows up in Arbiter's Grounds and stuff like that. But, you know, he's like kind of back to camping out in the Twilight Realm with the mirror broken. Which would have been broken, obviously, like, earlier in the story, but... by Ganondorf, because they specifically say, like, this required a greater power. I don't understand, like, the foreshadowing is maybe subtle if you don't know that Ganondorf's in the game, but, like, if you're aware of that, like, they lay it on thick, like, even from pretty early on, I would say. But it's just subtle enough to be interesting, though. Like, it's something that I didn't really pick up on as heavily, I think, in past playthroughs. Alright. I was like, what was the last one that we learned? Oh yeah, the one that I rarely ever use. The Great Spin. Can you quick Great Spin, or do you need? Because I think it's full health. So maybe if you are at full health, you can quick Great Spin. But I'm gonna try to quick spin here. Nice. Okay, so now I need... Now I need to leave Hyrule through the east and check the bridge, because I think, yeah, that might have been one that I missed. In fact, I think it's very likely that this is one that I missed, because I never go this way. East? Oh, I thought you said north. Maybe I did get this one already, but I am also unsure if this is nighttime or daytime. In terms of what the game is considering it. Like, clearly the sun's out, but I'm like, is this... Okay, I think this just jump-started it to, I think it was just barely before daytime. But now this will jump into nighttime, and we'll see for sure if I got this one already. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. So I got this one already. Because I think they do start showing up even as the sun's setting, I'm pretty sure. Fern Woods I checked, Hyrule Field, North Hyrule Field. There is a, okay, there's a grotto in North Hyrule Field. Circle of Grass is bare in the middle. Okay, I think that's definitely one that I missed. Okay, let's head to North Hyrule Field then. What's the fastest way I guess the fastest way is to cut through here, right? Yeah, I think we're good on that. Because I think there's two that I might have missed here if I didn't get the one on the bridge. Because the last time I passed over the bridge as Wolf Link at night would have been during Midna's Lament, in which case I guess I don't think you can even do that yet. And actually, they probably don't even spawn until after the Master Sword anyway, so never mind. But again, that would have been one that it's like, okay, it would have been kind of nice to maybe get this. But I get that, like, you don't meet Giovanni or whatever his name is until you're, like, on your way to getting the Master Sword, I guess. So there's a grotto over here, and then there's the bridge one. Just double check if they are ones that I got or not. I think I did a pretty good job of remembering where most of them were. But again, I wasn't like as thorough as I normally would be. Alright, draw distance might be fucking me over here. Yeah, okay, there it is. You bitch. I have so many rupees, it's not even funny, man. Why am I laughing? Okay, so now we're looking for the grass circle. What does it say? Enter from West Hyrule Field, which we did. Should be a circle of grass. Is it over here? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's two. It's getting out of hand. Brother. Brother. Okay, at least I got one without having to kill the Babas, and I probably will anyway, just in case. What the fuck? Hey, yo. I literally had the Poe in the circle, and it still didn't... Like, the jump attack, like, stopped for some reason. There probably is actually a specific reason for that that I am failing to see, but it's not a big deal. Did I miss one? Why is there no chest spawning in, though? Maybe there just isn't one. Okay. I guess. How many postals are there? There's 60 total. So quite a bit. After 20, you get a bottle, which is definitely worth it. And in Twilight Princess HD, they gave you... Maybe after your first postal or after a certain threshold, he gives you a lantern that, like, glows when you're in an area that has a Poe that you haven't gotten yet. As soon as Link enters the desert, turn south and run to a small rock platform. I got the P-Hat one, and I got the Grotto one. There, I might still be missing 1 or 2 in Gerudo Desert. Oh, and there's one in the Bulblin Fortress anyway. I got the one outside of Arbiter's Grounds, though, and then there's the ones in Arbiter's Grounds. Snow Peak, I got all of them. I got the ones in the Snow Peak Ruins. Oh, there's one... Okay. Let's go to Arbiter's Grounds first, or let's go to the desert. Because I think it's possible that I'm missing... Actually, let me do some math. Let me see, like, what are the dungeon ones? Like, what are the... So I can count, like, how many I'm missing elsewhere. Temple of Time we got. Yup, Hidden Village. City in the Sky, there's 2. Cave of Ordeals, there's 3. So I would be at 55, so I'm only missing 3. I know for sure one of them is behind a ball and chain ice thing on the way up to Snow Peak. Where we can just warp up there and then go down. And then it's possible that I missed one in the Sacred Grove. No. I think I got both of those. Yeah, because I think I got the one that's up on that ledge that I checked when I went through as Wolf Link on the way to the Master Sword. Yeah, because just... No, after completing Snow Peak Ruins... Okay, maybe not. Maybe it wasn't nighttime. So I'll check that one. There's the ball and chain one, and then I think there's at least one in the desert. No, because the Bulblin Fortress, and then maybe there's one in the desert. Yeah. Okay. As soon as Link enters the desert, turn south. I think they mean by cannon. So I think what I'll do is I'll warp here and head west. If there's 2, because if there is one in the desert that I missed, then there's also the Bulblin Fortress and what's it called? And the one up in Snow Peak that is a for sure one. And then there's 5, 2 in City in the Sky, 3 in Cave of Ordeals. So I only have 3 left outside of that. So I want to just see... Yeah, okay, there is one here. So I think I'm good. Although, of course, this is specifically proposed, I am still missing a few pieces of heart as well. So we'll reference those last. Oh, I forgot the Bulblin Fortress one, but it's the same difference because I went away from what's it called anyway? Yeah, and this one's just in here. Okay, I was trying to see if I could... do this the slightly slower way. Is this a piece of heart? Sheba-dubba-dubba-dubba. Nope, just another orange. Just another orange. I'd rather leave this way just so I don't have to climb up out of here. So now we need the Bulblin Fortress one, and I think we're good. On the ones that I actually have access to, like, right now. And I'll double check that my total's at 55. I wish that there was a warp. Like, that doesn't actually help me. That's the thing. At least I think I didn't get the one in Bulblin Fortress, because after defeating King Bulblin. And I don't think I re-entered that loading zone. Transform because I need to ride a boar into there anyway, I'm pretty sure, unless those barriers stay down, but I don't think they do. Oh, maybe they are. Can't tell if this is a draw distance thing or not. Oh no, yeah, they are down. Okay. So we're actually chilling. Ba-da-da-dum. Yep, got all the hidden skills, on our way to getting all the Poe souls, which really wasn't so bad. We're not quite done yet, obviously, but yeah, this one, easy to miss. This is like, who comes back here, you know what I mean? Nice, 55, yep, and let me just double check. At the bottom here, Temple of Time. City in the Sky, there's 2, 56 and 57. Yep, and then 58, 59, and 60 are in the Cave of Ordeals. 17th, 33rd, and 44th floors. And you need double claw shots for the very last one, so we'll save Cave of Ordeals for post City in the Sky. I think that's a good plan. Pieces of Heart now. Pieces of Fart. EP heart pieces. So let me just double check. No, there aren't any in Hyrule Castle from what I'm seeing. Okay, there's not any in Hyrule Castle, so I'm actually missing 2 more than I thought. There are 2 in Palace of Twilight and 2 in City in the Sky. There's one that requires double claw shots. So that's a whole heart container that is inaccessible as of now. Unless I want to learn the boomerang thing. Yes, there's 5 that are inaccessible. Bridge of Eldin Dominion Rod. And there might be more than that, but then also there's 2 full heart containers. Let me... So essentially I can only get to 17 hearts total. From what my math is mathin'. This is the one that I was thinking of earlier that I had mentioned. So then how many am I missing? If I can just get this, I'm just missing 3. Wait a second. I'm like, can I walk this one off? Or is it on the other edge? Or on the other end? On the north side. This is, yeah, the north side. Yeah, where the statue is, no shit. Okay. Fuck. Oh, right, because isn't it... I forget how this one works exactly. I'm like looking at the thing, but I'm like... You can walk this off. Oh, then don't you walk it down to the south end, don't you? Yeah, okay. I just read the instructions as I was doing this. Yeah, you walk it down here, because there was no other spot for me to put this. Just take my pet statue for a walk here. Yeah, and then you place it... Place it over here. Turn it like that. Let's see. Let's see if that's a doable jump. Not quite. Needs to be back a little bit. Midnome, what are you... She's probably like, oh, I bet you could put the statue here. There's rarely ever... there's very few Midna prompts that aren't, like, jump chain oriented. Okay, so I think there's just 2 more that I have access to now. And there might be another double claw shot one. That was a really tragic miss. That was another tragic miss. I don't even need to kill this guy. I can just leave, but it's fine. Really, his memory. I got all the dungeon ones. Oh, no, wait. Oh, I did. Okay, No, that room that I skipped in Temple of Time does have a piece of heart. The one at the entrance is counted as the entrance, so it's not actually one of the 2 dungeon pieces of heart. Okay, that's my bad. Damn. I can't remember the last time that I had to double back to a dungeon for a piece of heart. I don't... Maybe I had to do that in the last streaming playthrough, but I feel like I was pretty thorough with getting those. Like, I might have looked 1 or 2 of them up, but... Yeah, I love the filter in this place, dude. It's very cool. Wait. Oh, okay. If I'm on the stairs already? No, okay. It just bounces me off. Gotcha. Do I have I don't have Uku. I guess I missed her. Wherever she's at. So... Keep pressing the wrong damn button. It's on the 5th floor. That's a little annoying. Especially because I puzzle my way up there. Assuming Uku is actually in this dungeon, which, like, I am actually not sure. You know, because, like, story-wise, we see her, like, running through here and stuff. Oh, cool. That actually stays broken is nice. This one not so much. Ba boo boo ba ba boo boo ba ba boo boo ba ba boo boo ba. I was gonna say I should have destroyed more of these gates, but, like, how could I have known that I had skipped one? Not a huge deal. VOD watchers screaming at their... What's it called? Yeah, straight up. Wait a second. We can just ignore these guys as much as I can. Oh. Yeah, I love the roll in this game. It's great. Okay, unfortunately... Oh, actually, I can do this without... I can actually do this without too much trouble. I have to push? right? Yes. Grab the one from down here. At least I think you need this, right? Oh, right, because we need to go up one more. Or wait a second. Yes. Okay, maybe I didn't actually need to grab these, but better safe than sorry, I guess. Please tell me this is the right direction. Yeah, okay. Oh, no, wait, yeah, we did. We did, okay. I see. That's technically on another floor. But I need to, like, raise the platform to get up to the 5th floor, as it were. Which means, like, kind of tediously running both of these around. Just a little annoying. I kind of wish there was a way to cheese this, but unfortunately, I don't think there is. Come on. Wait for that to pass. This too shall pass in reference to these spiky things. Yeah, I can't believe I mean, I kind of can believe it because I literally just was like, nah, whatever. But, yeah. And I like how these things, these like little baby spiders are programmed to run when you're on the spinner too. So I can't help but wonder if like this was the intended way to kill them as well. You motherfucker. Okay. So now, I do actually have to throw one over, but I have to throw it over from up here. I'm pretty sure. Motherfuck. Yeah. Now we just simply Dominion Rod these. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. This is definitely an inefficiency. And plenty of those this playthrough, but it's probably the most significant one, I would say. Missing a heart piece in one of the dungeons. But I'm glad I checked the list. But now I'll definitely remember that. That's for sure. I got the Snow Peak one, I got the Ice Block Cavern, I got the ones in Snow Peak Ruins. North of Bridge of Eldin. How many am I missing? I think just one. Because the other 5 pieces... Remember, 2 in City in the Sky, 1 requires double claw shots opposed City in the Sky, and then 2 in Palace of Twilight. So it's conveniently just 1 full heart container plus the 2 full heart containers you get from clearing those dungeons. It's possible that it is wrong thing. Could be spinnering my way down, but it's not a huge deal. There's a lot of stairs anyhow, which I'd probably bonk off of. Okay, so there's a Bridge of Eldin Grotto. That's a possibility, because I haven't done very many of those, let alone doing ones that net you a piece of heart. Just north of the Bridge of Eldin is a small bridge. Across the Black Abyss, right next to the entrance to Hidden Village. I feel like, yeah, this is for sure the one that I'm missing. I think that's it, too. That's like the only other heart piece that I'm missing. That is accessible as of right now. Also, I didn't turn in... No, I did turn in the last golden bug. For a second, I was like, wait, what? Arbiter's Grounds, I got that one. I got that minigame, I got that. Yup. 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 Fishing hole. Yup. 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 Kakariko, yup. I think I got the underwater one there. Mm-hmm. Oran Mines Dungeon, Ordon Village. The Boomerang ones, Forest Temple, yeah. Yeah, it's this grotto. Art piece number 30, according to Zelda Dungeon. There's a grotto near Bridge of Eldin, apparently. How long has this stream been? We good on time? Okay. Little more than 3 hours, not too bad. For like 100% like cleanup shit, not too bad at all. Where did it say this was? Just north of the Bridge of Eldin is a small bridge across the Black Abyss. Right next to the entrance to Hidden Village. There's a grotto on the way to Hidden Village. Go through Stalfos to make a large chest appear. Okay, so we're gonna need... I can't even equip these in wolf form, even though, like, duh, but like, I can't set them for human link. I haven't been drinking water, like, you know. But I also kind of have to go to the bathroom, so maybe it's for the best. Oh, okay. Yeah, because you need the spinner for this. I do remember this one, like, going after this one. If it's Stalfos, then I'm gonna want these. Shit. I love that these one-shot the Stalfos. Like that's so cool. I know it kind of trivializes the encounters, but like, I don't know. I gotta replay Skyward Sword though, but I gotta find the motivation to do it. I do want to at least like attempt a replay, but I think the dungeon design there is just strong enough to where I could deal with some of the tedium, but I feel like, not to speak with too much hyperbole, but I feel like the next time I play Skyward Sword will be kind of the make or break as to whether that's one that I come back to on a regular basis. Because I think Wind Waker I've already established, like I didn't really grow up with that one. I didn't really play it till high school. Actually, I told this story before. I told this when I was streaming Wind Waker HD, was that I played through most of Wind Waker, but then like bounced off of my playthrough even when I was like 17 or whatever it was, when HD came out. And I didn't finish it until like I came back for the holidays, like for one, like during college or something like that. And I think I finished it then, like maybe Christmas break of like holiday break of 2014, maybe 2015 even. Like it was like a good like year or two later. But then again, I think I did the same thing with Tropical Freeze, which I adore at this point. So like, yeah, but I've hashed out my problems with Wind Waker, so I'm not gonna like reiterate, because you can watch earlier in this playthrough, you can watch me actually playing it. But yeah, my most recent playthrough, I just like got through the first 3 dungeons and then a little bit further, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just like not like, even though Earth Temple is my favorite dungeon in that game, and so it would have made sense to push through to that. I'm just kind of like, I don't think the highs outweigh the lows to me in that game. And it's not even that like the lows are pretty low, but it's also just like the general bar is just kind of like middle of the road in my opinion. Like it has highs that I like, but yeah, it's just not really one that I feel compelled to go back to. But I think like if it gets a PC port, that would be like the next sort of frontier for that, in terms of giving it one more try, you know. And I've beaten it twice, so it's like it's not like I haven't beaten the game, but yeah, okay. Let's do this real quick. We're not going to go to City in the Sky, but at least... Oh, I know I'm going to have to pay Fowler, or whatever his name is. Is it Flyer or Fowler? I think Fowler's the one up top, and Flyer's the one... Flyer's the bottom. Do with that what you will. I did do all these, didn't I? Didn't I? I like how he bail. Doesn't he bail again too? Maybe. Like I think he says the magic words, and then he's just like, "Oh, I guess I didn't do anything again." No, never mind. Or no, maybe he's like, "Oh, that opened the thing," but what an idiot. There's some humor in this, but like, goddamn. I feel like these characters could use with a little bit more fleshing out, but maybe maybe he actually does step out once I do this. I'm just gonna block him off. No, I think he does actually come back. I think we go down here and he's like, "Oh, what did you find?" Metal gear. It's a bipedal machine that launches weapons long range. It's basically a Metal Gear. Oh, right, we have to convince him to leave. Okay, +1 for emotional intelligence. He gives up easily, but he takes the hint. It's pretty funny. I think Ornon Village could use a cannon, don't you? How about Castletown? How about Zora's Domain? They could use a cannon, right? Maybe in the middle of the desert? It would be fun if there were unique interactions. I think it just fails the warp if you click the wrong place, but it would be funny if there were like interactions where like you do warp it to Ordon, but she doesn't place it down obviously, but it's like if there was like specific commentary based on each warp zone, which I mean maybe there is for some locations, but I haven't done that in a long time. I feel like. Nice. So we have the cannon, we have all of the Poe souls. Yeah, because I'm only missing 5 Poes and 5 pieces of heart. And those are specifically like in the following dungeons and Cave of Ordeals for the Poes in that case. So that'll be the plan for next time, is to like do City in the Sky. All right, we'll lead off with that because we're like here basically. Do City in the Sky dungeon. You know, get 2 of the heart pieces, 2 of the Poes. Then we'll do Cave of Ordeals. Finish off all the Poe souls. Ideally get through there without as much hassle. I have some additional combat tech at my disposal, but we are, ×2 damage and stuff like that. No heart drops. So I'll have to be very careful when it comes to like the Dark Knight encounters. I have a feeling I'll probably fail it a couple times, but I think if that's like the only side content that I'm gonna do, I guess besides the star minigame, we'll do that as well. And I can also get the Piece of Heart in Hyrule Field as well too, and basically just leave the Palace of Twilight with its 2 heart pieces and then Hyrule Castle for the finale. But yeah, and I guess maybe I'll actually make use of the magic armor, in which case the bigger wallet is definitely a major boon in this case that I can take advantage of to like not take damage directly. I think it's a little bit cheap to do that though, considering how abundant rupees are. I feel like the next playthrough I'll probably do like regular wallet sizes though. And just try to, like, play around that a little bit, because think about how many rupees I picked up that, like, are just not going to be that necessary, right? Also, I forget if he needs anything else besides just rupees, but I think it is just rupees. It's kind of retro, huh? $300. I could have saved this for the intro for next time, but we'll just leave this off next time so I can just claw shot my way in and launch up to City in the Sky, and we'll just kind of get right to it. I have a feeling Cave of Ordeals might take multiple attempts, so that's why I'm trying to, like, leave as much time for that next time as possible. He has no idea that we actually intend to, like, launch somewhere specifically. He's like, damn, this guy's an adrenaline junkie after launching him to the desert. I'll just leave him to fucking die by his own accord. We're gonna need claw shots, and we're gonna need iron boots. But yeah, good progress. Solid progress. I still think Temple of Time is quite cool. I think I don't know. I would like to redo what I previously had up on the channel, which is like Zelda Dungeons tier list, or 3D Zelda Dungeons tier list, and a 3D Zelda Bosses tier list. I think what I want to do, and I might have mentioned this once before, is factor both of them in. But I think I don't want it to be like 50-50 of like averaging out like where would I place the dungeon and the boss. I think the boss is probably more like a third of what I would consider, right? Like 2 parts dungeon, 1 part boss, and kind of factor that in and sort of partially do it based off of vibes, but also maybe do like an actual scoring system of some kind. So I'd like to do that, so I want to kind of save my overall thoughts on the various dungeons in these games as much as possible. And I don't want to do it per game either, because some of them have so few, like Majora's Mask and Wind Waker have so few, that it doesn't really make sense to do a tier list of just each individual game, even though like OOT and TP and Skyward Sword could have their own. And I don't just do the traditional 3D Zeldas, because I'm not a big fan of the wild games, but also like it is just a much different sort of design philosophy to where it makes it hard to compare, as those of you might remember from the older tier list. It was just like, it just ended up me putting them at the bottom because I'm just not a big fan of that style of design in terms of dungeon design or boss design, really. But anyhow, off to what is, you know, previously and what I would still consider probably one of my favorite dungeons in the game, one of the most memorable for sure. And so I'm excited to dig in to that. And 100% is going quite smoothly. I guess I could go out of my way to get the remaining 4 different kinds of fish. That wouldn't really be so bad, but I don't really care that much. We could do it, I guess, but yeah, let's make a save here.